Why does your foot suck? I'm going to show you right now. Traditionally, we train in Dan Chi Sao and in Chi Sao the foot this way. For some people, they create a space here. That's not what we're as concerned about right now. That's how to perfect this foot by not having a space there so that it doesn't go like this. When he does a forward strike, it doesn't go clunk, clunk. Instead, when the traditional foot, when he moves, it's clunk already. This is only good from out here. And the reason is, this is where I can have the contact and actually stop him. However, in reality, if it was an altercation, I wouldn't want to reach all the way out here and wrap around to where I can still bring this down. Because as I get closer, it's very easy for him to step in, and when I do this, I can't really keep his wrist, and that means I can't keep proper control of the foot hand as it goes, of his tan as he goes to do a strike. So I can do this, but I'm still not wrist to wrist, and that means we're sliding around. Like if you had something on the roof of your car and you're trying to keep it on the roof, but it could go anywhere depending on what happened. Whereas when I have his wrist, go ahead and I'm here at his wrist. Whatever kind of strike he's trying to do, he's got a time, and there I have his time. Or I have his center line. But there's no guarantee of the center line when he does a palm strike and I do this foot. I'm going to end up pushing this way. I'm going to end up trying to jut that way because I can't control it properly. Okay, here's the crux of the thing. Again, we've talked about this, but I'm giving a more detailed explanation. These pads are the secret to the master level foot. And looking forward to the interesting comments I'm already going to get about this. Here we use a term that's very technical that I call and that's for how this is like ratcheting and connected. Ratcheting and connected. So my two pads here are ratcheting and connecting. In a variety of ways they're connecting, but it's as if it's gears connecting together. Now, when I place it out here in this neutral posture, it's as if my hand is almost invisible, like in a movie, and you'll see the outline of the invisible person. Well, there's no information really being given, just a tad. But then when he goes to do the palm strike, it's as if it solidifies. So I don't have to pull back or do anything. My hand is here, and when he does the palm strike, I simply solidify it right there on the center line. And since we're sharing the center line in Chi Sao, I actually, as he slowly does the palm strike, I actually push him just a hair in and then forward. I'm still on the center line with my control. And by doing that, I've made a tiny, tiny J. But that's a little bit overly technical. The point being, from here, I really cannot properly control his arm. No matter what I do, go ahead, even with a good jut, it's still going to be a little rough. But when I have this advanced application foot, when I have this, I have total control. Go ahead. See, I don't bring him down, but I don't have to bring him over either. I simply occupy the space. I own the space. So when we play Chi Sao, we want to do, let me get this here. We play Chi Sao, we want to do the same thing. Here, I'm very lightly touching and connected, and I've got his bong, and I'm not hanging my foot over. Many times you'll see the bong and the foot played this way, where he rolls and I roll up, and there's no connection at the wrist. This means that you're not bolted to the ground. You don't have the control. Bring that shoulder forward. And so it's really important that you always have this control. It's not about pushing him around. I'm actually so light when he rolls to the tan. I'm so light that he can barely feel me here. And if you look, it looks like he's got the freedom to come in, go ahead and do the strike. And yet all I have to do is just simply turn on and maybe use a little bit of forward energy, like solidifying. As in contrast to having this hand here, and now I'm trained to do this, to use the foot this way, but do it like 6 or 8 times. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to see what happens when I'm still close to his wrist. I got my foot here, And now he's going to come in. See, when I come in there, it's almost impossible to keep him from sliding. He's slid past my wrist. And once this happens, it's wrestling and makeup sex. So here, what I want to do is I want to have total control without, I don't want to get my hand under him like I have a chair under him. I don't want to be over top. I don't want to be loose. I don't want to be any of these things. I'm just barely touching with no energy. It's alive, but there's no energy there for him to make anything out of it. For instance, if I push this way, then he knows he can do something. Or if I push down, he knows he can, I'm not giving him anything. I'm just reading him in the chi sao. And then when he strikes, all I do is turn it on. Now he went under my hand. That's a different story. In which case I could do anything, but I didn't make him go under my hand. Try it again. See, this time he didn't go under my hand. When he went under my hand, okay, then I probably hewn and strike like that. But what I'm saying is I'm not forced to have him break wrist to wrist with me. And he'll still lose his wrist to wrist when he strikes. Because as he continues in, since I've taken the center line, as you know, with a properly executed jut, it simply deflects all of your energy off the center line. If you continue in, anything more than just him just barely hinting, if he continues at all, he has no choice. He's off the center line. So using these pads. So now as we come from the bong, you can see where I'm ratcheting just to show you the way that you gently touch. And now he goes to the tan, and he can't even feel me. And now I'm only touching actually with this part here, and I'm a little bit close for the camera. But even from here, I'm just barely even touching. I could just touch with that part there, or both. And now when he does the palm strike, all I have to do is turn my energy on. And there he goes off the center. As in contrast to trying to be in here and do the palm strike, and there, I'm not in any good shape. Let's go ahead and push the red button for a second.